Hours after taking office, Trump has signed 10 executive orders into law related to immigration. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm attorney Alicia Morgan of Immigration Lawyers USA, and I solve immigration problems. Number one, he's declared a national emergency at the southern border. Number two, he has mobilized the military to assist with immigration enforcement. Possibly illegal. Basically, the Constitution prohibits the military from enforcing domestic law. But in this case, supposedly, the military will be assisting the Department of Homeland Security, maybe doing administrative work, maybe helping to transport people. We'll see. Number three, plans to continue the border wall that were already started will be continued. Number four, there will be a shutdown, complete shutdown of CBP-1, and all pending appointments will be canceled. This is huge. We did expect it. We saw it coming. But now there's no lawful way for people to come to the United States and seek asylum because these appointment system that Biden put into place in 2023, which did greatly reduce the number of people coming unlawfully into the United States without any kind of permission, will be closed. And all of those people don't have a way to come in lawfully to the United States to seek asylum. Number five, there's going to be declared cartels as foreign terrorist organization. So what this means is now cartels, the gangs, are going to be considered a terrorist organization. They're going to be treated as such. If a person is found to be a member of a cartel, they're going to be added to the terrorist watch list and they'll be treated the same. So this started under the Alien Enemies Act in World War II and was used against the Japanese. So the same sort of treatment will be used against El Salvador, Venezuela, Mexico, the places that have some of these big gangs that are suspected of coming inside the United States. Number six, they're going to reinstate the Remain in Mexico policy. Now this is interesting because Mexico has not agreed to this, and Mexico has even stated, the president, that she does not agree and will not sign any kind of agreement to reinstate this policy. But if there is any sort of policy that allows that or that forces people to go back to Mexico, that they will take care of people, they'll be humane in their treatment. But as far as we know, this is not agreed. This is unilateral on Trump's part. Number seven, the suspending of refugee resettlement. This is going to be shut down completely for at least 4 months, and it's probably going to be extended. Number eight, seeking the death penalty in cases that involve migrants. Okay, this is going to be, those involve specifically capital crimes involving law enforcement and other capital crimes that are committed by migrants. Number nine, end the catch and release policy. At this time, there's not enough detention centers to hold all immigrants, and the same for families. But despite the fact that Trump was not able to end the catch and release policy while he was in term the first time, he has signed to continue or to fully enforce this policy now, to just end the catch and release, which maybe he's going to more forcefully enforce expedited removal, which would mean that anybody who's caught inside the United States within 2 years of their entry, within a certain number, I think it's 100 miles of the U.S. border, that those people can be taken out without any sort of due process. As long as they don't qualify for asylum, they can be deported immediately, and they don't need to see an immigration judge. Number 10, and this is a huge one, end birthright citizenship. So this is completely it's outside and contrary to the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, which does say that all persons born or naturalized inside the United States are subject to the U.S. jurisdiction as U.S. citizens. But Trump is saying, or their administration is saying, that there's a misinterpretation of the Constitution and that it should instead be read to say that only persons who are born of U.S. citizens or residents. Interesting that he's going to include lawful permanent residents, as though those people would be fine to be born inside the United States and be deemed U.S. citizens, but the people who were born of parents who are aliens, who don't have papers, or don't have permanent status in the United States, should not be considered U.S. citizens. This will definitely be litigated heavily because it's against the Constitution. And then the last one would be to seal the U.S. border. So supposedly within 10 days of office, the Trump administration plans to completely seal the U.S. border. I don't know what was the need to say that, to give that order after they had already shut down CBP-1, which in effect doesn't allow anyone to come inside the United States. But in addition to ending CBP-1, which allows people to come in lawfully, there will also not be supposedly any way for them to come unlawfully, because they're going to make more efforts to seal the border from any undesired immigrants. So those are the changes that have come in just day one, right? Just the first hours of Trump's presidency. And as we know, the last term, he made pretty significant changes to immigration every week, at least one change per week against immigration. So we'll be here to keep you updated about all the changes, as well as all of the necessary litigation that will come because of it. Follow us for more.